ahead.
Okay, so hello and welcome back. Welcome back to our channel. So today we are going to do our channel warming party. And then we're going to put on lipstick without looking, and who knows what else we're going to get up to along the way. I'm sure it will be silly. Yeah.
And I can give you a little sneak peek since we are going to be putting this up probably right before the official convention start. I can
Right.
give you a little sneak peek at the end of a little bit of what I'm going to be doing at the convention next weekend. It's a virtual convention and it's free. So why wouldn't you go?
Yes, exactly. And we'll put a link for that down in the description so you'll see it and click it. Go. Watch. It'll be fun. Do
Yeah.
it. You want to do it.
Yes, do the thing.
Yeah.
So to get started, we've got a little bit of an unboxing for the channel.
Mhm.
So, Candy, do you want to start? Or should I start?
Yeah. I don't care. We can do whichever.
So, being that we live hours and hours and hours apart, we're also quarantined. There's that. Not like officially quarantined, but like self-quarantine, just, because we don't know people.
Yeah, because they're not very social anyway.
Yeah, we weren't very social to begin with, so. Now that we want to talk to people, there's nobody to talk to. Except for you, faithful viewers. So, welcome. Finger guns. So,
Bicycle moment.
I had a baby do that to me yesterday. It was amazing. It was like this smiley little baby, and it sees me, and it's like, ah, and then it just goes, boom, and I'm like, yeah. It's like, this is the most amazing child ever.
Oh, I love it.
So Candy sent me an amazing box of stuff, and quite literally a box of rocks. I mean, depending on how you look at it. And I'm sure my postman was so happy.
Yeah.
The one time he actually did it.
Heavy.
Huh?
It's not that heavy.
No, it wasn't that heavy at all. It was actually one of my lighter ones. He did ask me once. He's like, "What's in here? Rocks?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah. Actually.
As you get to know me, you'll discover I collect a lot of rocks from literally all over the world. Candy's partially my supplier, but she sends, lighter packages than what I usually get from overseas. So this is one of the things that you can find in Candy's magic shop. It's a Polychrome Jasper egg.
That one is one of a kind, but I can source things and look for things for people. So no, you can't find that in my shop, but you can find things in my shop.
Like it.
And if you ask, I can find something for you.
Yes.
Yes.
And she is good at finding stuff. So, like this Picasso Jasper egg. What?
And that was hard to give up.
What's that?
That one was hard to give up. That was a piece from my personal collection.
This was amazing, and I love it. And it sits next to me every day. And I think actually the Picasso Jasper and the Polychrome Jasper both sit on either side of my computer monitor. So every single day I see them. And like literally every stone that you have sent me is next to my desk, in front of my computer. So I see it at least 8 hours a day.
As it should be.
Like this one.
What?
Merlin I, but you called it something else. Gabbro?
It's Indigo Gabbro because Merlin I is a trade name.
Ah.
So that name is trademarked. So it is actually Indigo Gabbro. And it's it's just a nice centering kind of Christopher, when you're working with like the dark night of your soul and trying to find your way through bad things, it's good to help you with your confidence, and it works well with the root chakra. Yes, it has those lovely blacks and blues and the whites swirling through, and it just is it's just a phenomenal
It's a favorite.
root chakra stone. Yeah.
And then, of course, this bad boy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the black kyanite fans. We actually have sort of matching ones. Um, those are actually quite large for a kyanite fan. Typically,
Yes.
they're maybe an inch long, maybe
I have,
half that size at most.
yeah, I have like a typical one right here.
Yeah.
And then the
Those
one
are the, yes.
Candy has.
Mm-hmm.
Candy's
Yeah.
regular. Oh, and also the one that Candy has provided hums when you hold it. So there's that. I mean, it's like, I'm honestly surprised that we're not having any tech glitches right now.
Yeah.
And knock
Yeah.
on wood.
Maybe they're all just canceling each other out.
Maybe that's it. And then, of course, the Rainbow Moonstone Sphere.
Yes. It's another beautiful one.
And then Candy mixed up this amazing little blend for me. And I was just like, ooh, hi. And so it's got my name on it, so it must be good, right?
Right.
Oh, it's totally good. What? I'm gonna put some on. My office is gonna stink like me.
Yeah. So I do make custom
that's
blends depending on what kind of ritual you want to do with them, and what kind of magic you're looking for, or what kind of mood you're looking to be in when you wear it. And I use organic food grade oils. If I do have to find a fragrance oil, I will let you know, and I'll let you know the reason why it's fragrance oil and not the actual oil. And then I blend them with a coconut oil base.
it's
Um,
amazing.
so yeah.
It's very. This one is. It's just fantastic. It's a weird scent to describe. I mean, it's me,
Mhm.
but it's a hard scent to describe because literally there's nothing that I've smelled that's like it. So thank you.
You're
And then
welcome.
of course the New York perfume,
Yes.
which is also an amazing scent, and again unique as hell. So it's hard to describe. It's got this sort of dark bass note in it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say patchouli.
Well, there's patchouli and vetiver in that one.
Yeah, usually the vetiver always overpowers stuff. This doesn't. This
Mm-mm.
doesn't at all. This is a nice blend of it, and sort of a floral aspect, almost like a musk.
Mm-hmm. Amber.
Yeah, and then I want to say jasmine.
Mm-hmm. And
Nice. Love it. And she also hooked me up because if you've met me at conventions, you know that I sign all of my books with lipstick. And as you saw in the first video, I had some lipstick on. Well, it's really hard to find it out here. And so Candy had found it in her local drugstore out by her. So she sent me a bunch of it. It's all Wet n Wild.
mm-hmm.
So this one is the matte lipstick. It's the cat suit. So it's Wet n Wild liquid cat suit, black and red. And then the ones that I actually signed the books with, because you can't kiss print with matte lipstick. So if anybody wants to, be like Susie, you can get, it's number 509A because they changed it. It used to be a different number. It's 509A cinnamon. And that's
It's the best color. And I'll actually I have an example of that. Your little kissies on your books. So.
I'm gonna sit over here just sniffing myself now. Excuse me. I smell divine. We need smell-o-vision immediately.
While Susie sniffs herself like the goddess she is, I will introduce you to some of her work. I actually was reading Susie shortly before I met her because I ran across, I think it was called Wrapped in Red, and it's an anthology series, and Susie had a story in there, and I was like, this is amazing. Like, this is on a level that other horror authors really haven't brought me to, because I was really thinking with that story.
And that was Blood in the Water.
It was. And it was like, there were elements that you recognize Lovecraft, and then there's elements where it's like, okay, well, this is supernatural beings, but not Lovecraft, and what exactly is going on here? Like, it was just fresh and new, and the ideas about karma and the law of how things balance, the law of balance in nature and in life. It really, I don't know, it was fascinating to
And
read.
it's kind of a prelude to Enoch's Devil.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, if anybody's read Enoch's Devil, which was a short story, and it is available just on its own, but only via Kindle. The short stories don't get the print editions the way my other stuff does, because Amazon doesn't like to print it up.
Right.
But yeah, Enoch's Devil is the aftermath of Blood in the Water. So if you read Blood in the Water first and then Enoch's Devil, it makes more sense.
It's quite an interesting, yeah. It was wonderful. But so I had read her story, and then we met in the cult. We really got to stop.
It was like really interesting. Like, it wasn't even a Cthulhu cult or anything. It was just like,
it was just a dumb, like, freaking devil cult.
It was a pseudo pagan society, and we thought, it was cool for the time that it was there, and I mean, it's still there, I guess.
It is, yeah, but it served its purpose.
It did
for both of us. Really, because I did learn some things, but not from the cult leader, really, more from people.
Yeah, like one minute we just like looked at each other and like, are we in a cult?
Yeah. Get out of here.
Yeah, we better go.
Yeah.
This party's done.
Yeah, I'm not doing a cult unless I'm in charge.
Right? I mean, really, it's going to be like a democratic cult. Like, everybody's going to be in charge.
Yeah, like, hello, time for anarchy.
Yeah. Or
social programs. Healthcare for all. Sorry.
It's more of a commune than a cult at that point.
Yeah, well, housing.
Yeah. Either way, we digress.
Yeah,
we have the best of intentions, which will surely get us straight to hell.
Yeah. Is there a hell though? Isn't that? I don't know. That's kind of a Christian construct.
I feel occasionally like we are in hell, but
this is just a bad timeline. We took a wrong turn.
Totally. I want to get back to the Berenstain Bears timeline. That's what I'm from.
Absolutely. That's the timeline that kind of it all kind of messed up when we switched from 1999 to 2000.
Yeah,
really, maybe the world didn't. Yeah, well, you think about that for a minute.
I'm going to put on lipstick without looking while you continue.
Okay. Susie has sent me Nemesis, which is her first novel. And from what I understand, she was working on this in high school.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about these is I have a huge love for vintage books. And all of the books that Susie sent me are vintage. and the new editions don't look the same. They have different covers. Ooh, nice. Good work
Okay.
with the blindness. Yes.
I
So this,
feel like one side's off to, is this side off more than the
I
other?
mean, you're right. It's
Yeah,
kind of off. Yeah. Yeah.
it looks off.
Kinda,
It's like
yeah. Like
off,
it's not
off.
thick enough. I don't know. Like you either put too much on the left side or not enough on the right side. Something like that. But okay. So Nemesis. I digress again. This is the one that pulled me into Susie's world and kept me there. This one sets up the whole Immortal War series. It started out as a trilogy, but then now it's a quintology, quintadon, something. I don't know.
5 books.
Yeah, I don't know. But I did get the pleasure of being the beta reader and some light editing on later editions and
Yes,
installments.
because that's an older edition.
Yes, it
That is
is.
not the latest one. The
Yeah.
latest covers look more like this.
Yes. And but also later novels in the series.
I feel
So okay, so I got Nemesis, and it is a signed copy without the kissy face. And it says, Candy, thank you so much for beta reading, but even more importantly, thank you for being you. Love, Susie. And there's a little smile. Then the next one I got, and I think this is my favorite of the 3 that got sent to me because of the cover. This is Lamaya, and you may recognize the cover model. What could that be? So this has the infamous lipstick kiss.
there's a story behind the lipstick kiss. And I think I got my lipstick right.
Yeah, looks good.
Okay.
Looks all right.
It's choppy.
This one says, Dearest Candy, where to begin? Once begun, where would it end? Here's to New York. If nothing else, we'll take Manhattan. Love, Susie. I love that.
We totally took Manhattan.
We did. You more so than I. You more so than I. But yes,
that's a fun story too.
Yes, this one is really an adventure. This one took me places that it's not jump scares. It's psychological terror. It's terrifying in a very visceral way where you just, my God, if I was in that situation, how could I manage to continue my existence?
That's one of the things that ends up in every single review for that book. And most of the time, people don't post reviews for Lamaya, which is, it was always kind of like, oh man. But so many people messaged me about Lamaya to tell me what they thought. And I was like, well, then write the review. And they're like, I'd rather not. It was almost like it was too personal and it was too, it hit them
too raw. It's very raw.
Like it was just like I tore open a wound or something, and they couldn't talk about it publicly. So I know a lot of people bought it and read it and then messaged me, but they did not leave reviews.
Yes. Now, the next book in the series is The Tower, which she did not send me because I already have that one. And then the final installment is Sila. And it's not only the final installment of kind of that series, but it's the beginning to a new series, a new start, as it were, for the characters, because now Nemesis and Lamaya are not necessarily the main characters. The story is driven by their child and her adventures and misadventures and things that she runs across in the world. And this actually is good. A young adult you could introduce to Susie's writing with this, I would think.
Easily, yeah.
Yeah, this is a good introductory for young adults.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you're looking for the covers that look like that, you will not find them. That particular cover was a one-off. And then it literally went live for about a week before a publisher picked up the series, and it went into the next edition. So this is the style of the latest edition, where you'll find all 5 books in this style, and then that's what's out there. There's
What made you want to write a series like this? What started it? What started Nemesis?
I was in high school, and I think, as most teenagers can sympathize, I was filled with the angst and the loneliness and the feeling of being outside, but also there were a few things that all came together. And I had drawn Nemesis when I was 16.
You've painted him as well, haven't you?
Yes, so a lot of dreams and things like that influence my writing quite a bit. So for this particular series, for the Immortal War series, it was kind of a mix of Janos and Nemesis and Michael that started the ball rolling. I dreamt about Michael first, and I encountered Janos actually in the woods. And I don't know what its name was, but it was a nasty, nasty business. And then he kind of infiltrated my dreams. And so the best way to get that out of my head was to write it down. And, but this thing followed me for years and just terrorized me. And finally, I managed to lose it and, just stand up and say, no, I'm not doing this anymore. And at one point in 1998, I think it was, I was attacked. I was assaulted in a parking lot. And the person was trying to kill me. And next thing I know, I just felt something there. And when I went to college, a couple of my friends had seen Nemesis like walking with me around campus. They were just like, why don't you date the big goth guy that's always hanging around with you? I'm like, dude, if there was a big goth guy hanging around me, I'd already be dating him. And yeah, and I'm just like, what goth guy, And they're just like, no, there's this giant that keeps like walking with you, and you're like, you seem like that he's there. And I was like, there is, but nobody that anybody else should see. So Nemesis has always been kind of I don't even know what to call him. Sort of a tulpa, but sort of a type of spirit that's just kind of followed me like a protector. Since as far back as I can remember. Sort of like part shadow person, part something else. I don't know. But yeah, so that was the first real time that he appeared to anybody else. And then in 1998, he actually saved my life when I was being attacked. And this person hit me hard enough to knock my contacts out. And I just remember seeing this giant shadow person just beating the hell out of him. And he landed about 10 feet away from me. And I remember like kind of standing there like, whoa, I better go like help that guy. All of a sudden, like, wait a minute, dude just tried to kill you. You're going to go help him? Like, no, get out of here. So, I was having a real hard time getting up, and I felt hands underneath me, like kind of bring me to my feet and push me out to the main street. Almost like I wasn't even walking. It felt like my feet were off the ground, and I made it to the main street, and then I settled back onto my feet and was kind of like wobbly and walked along. I probably had a concussion. I know damn well I didn't beat the guy up. So he looked really worse for wear though when the cops finally did catch up with him. But
now that experience and the experience of him walking with you is what leads me to believe that he is some sort of a tulpa, at least partially. I don't know if you want to explain what a tulpa is exactly while I attempt my no look lipstick.
My understanding of Tulpa is that it is basically a thought creature, a creature born of thought. So somebody brings it into being just from their own head. So sort of like the Athena of the mortal world. So, um,
So it's a creature of energy and spirit brought forth by the energy of one person or a group of people's thoughts, correct?
yes. Yeah.
And they
So,
can actually move things around. And I really think those things definitely exist. I think a lot of what people call poltergeists are tulpas. Um, I think there are some actual poltergeists, but I think a lot of them are tulpas, and it's just the the combined upset of people in a particular location that cause that
yeah.
phenomenon.
And it could be some telekinesis thrown in too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, we're still figuring out what the hell our brains do half the time when
Yeah.
we're not looking. So it's more than possible that it could be our very own brains moving stuff around and messing with us. You did good, by the way. You did better than I did. I still feel like I got this thing going on here. Like I'm trying not to look at the video because
No, you look good. You look really good. Just by the way, this is lipstick that Susie sent me. She sent me two. She's tired of seeing me in black or dark red, and so I'm branching out a little. This one is Phase Zero matte lipstick, and it is in the color of Undercover.
ooh,
Fancy, Susie. And then this one is um, I'm not sure what brand this is.
magic.
No, it's a colored. I don't know, but the color's 24/7.
Yeah, I
So
can't.
maybe like we can look that up. It's also a matte lipstick, and it's more of a pink. I'm not really a pink person though, so I don't know. We'll see.
Good.
We'll try. We'll try. We'll expand. Expand
And
my.
it was a dare. I dared her to wear pink.
Yeah, hasn't happened yet. I mean, this one's pink-ish, but it's still more red.
Yeah, I went out of my comfort zone and got some. I completed a pink project. So
Oh, that's beautiful.
this was the knitting that we were talking about in the
Yes,
first episode.
as I said, she is the knittress extraordinaire.
So yeah, I'm not usually a pink person myself, but the colors of this, it's a pink and beige, like a grayish beige. Um, so I don't know, I kind of expect it to be sort of that, hey, is it blue and brown or blue and black or is it gold and white or whatever that dress is.
Ugly. I don't know. That's
Everybody sees it different. Some people see it green, some people see it brown, some people see it gray.
mm-hmm.
So that particular color, depending on the lighting, shifts. That's color. I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so with Nemesis, I started writing mostly just to escape high school, and it was the first sentence was written. So I was in AP English, and our teacher was trying to get me to use technology, and I hated technology. Like, I didn't hate technology. We had a VIC-20 growing up, and I liked programming on it, but I hated technology and anything that wasn't a VIC-20. So she was trying to get us to work with this brick of a laptop. The thing was huge. It weighed about 20 pounds, and I think it was Word Perfect or something like that. It was like a real early version of Word from the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was trying to get us to do it, and she's like, just type something. And so I typed the first sentence of the first chapter of Nemesis. And the rest, as they say, is history, because she said, you know what? I like that. Write a paragraph. And she tricked me into writing a damn novel. So, Thanks to teachers everywhere, because damn, you guys are sly.
Well,
Tricked my ass. 3 novels later. Actually,
yeah.
5 novels now. 5 novels later.
And just in
Damn.
that series, you have a lot of other novels that we have to delve into as well.
So yeah, in keeping with the novel thing, so the sneak peek that I promised everybody for the Magic and Steam, the Michigan Magic and Steam that's happening Saturday. This Saturday, let me see. What day is that? So I'll be on, it's starting on the 24th, Friday the 24th, but I will be doing my thing on the 25th at 9 p.m. I will be reading from this book. So I'll be reading a passage and then doing a Q&A, an author Q&A. And then Sunday morning, 10 a.m., Magic in the Writing Process. And 2 p.m., Shifting Worlds of Urban Fantasy. So Magic in the Writing Process, basically talking about my writing process and the ritual behind it, because there is a ritual. And then the Shifting Worlds of Urban Fantasy, basically trying to keep all my shit together, because there's a lot of crossover.
Yes. And you have drags in every story. They cross into the other stories, and the short stories connect.
Oh yeah.
And the 2 worlds of the novel series are connected, and it all meshes together.
And it's all up here. I don't actually have a map anywhere written down. I should, but I don't, because I mean, my books are like my kids, you know? Like if I don't know where they're living, I'd be like, whoa, where's my kids? So yeah, like Metatron happens between Gettysburg, New York, Jersey City, sometimes Port Jervis, New York, sometimes Hanover, Pennsylvania. The Immortal War is mostly New York City and occasionally Jersey City. Yeah, I mean, most of it's just city. So the urban landscape is very much in my soul. And I try to, remember how to keep it all together.
Brilliant. So that's us for today. Thank you for watching and putting up with us rambling and our tangents and shifts, and we hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and whatever, hit the bell, and
Oh
we'll
yeah, the bell dealy.
yeah, so that you know when we post something, which we're going to try to do at least weekly.
Yes.
At a minimum, we'll be posting weekly now.
Yes. So now that we are here, we are going to try not to have goldfish brain, and we're going to stay here.
Stuck with us.
We love you for coming here.
Yeah, thank you so much.
It is. I hope you were as amused as we are making the video. So
see you for more shenanigans.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go wipe this lipstick off because I feel like it's on my teeth now.
Okay, well, enjoy that. Mwah, bye.